Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar, kanalıma hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Kingdom Come Deliverance'te kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz abi. Rahibi bekliyoruz. Aksaklı boş hakkında daha fazla şey öğren. İsteğe bağlı, akşam olunca rahiple meyhanede buluş. Şununla bir buluşalım bakalım ne diyecek. Ondan sonra kendi yolumuzu çizeceğiz. Ondan sonra abi bir de 4. hazineyi çıkartacağım bugün sizler için. Şöyle envanter. Şimdi bu hazine Rattay'da diyor abi. Yani Rattay'ın civarında. Şöyle bakınca ne gördüğümü söyleyeyim. Bir yapının içinde olduğunu gösteriyor gördüğünüz gibi. Rattay orası. Yukarı git. Değirmen var yine suyun kenarında. Oğlum bu bizim eve benziyor, bir dakika. Aynısı değil mi abi? Şurada değirmen, su. Rattay zaten burada. Şöyle suyu dolanmayı gösteriyor. Şuralarda bir yerde sanırım. Büyük ihtimalle. Köprüden böyle. Rattay köprü böyle. Hala bekliyoruz. Rahip gelecek de. İçeceğiz de, öğreneceğiz de. Meyhanede buluş dedi bana. İçimden biri diyor ki başıma kötü şeyler de gelebilir. Aha gelmiş abi, oturalım. Metresiyle gelmiş bir de. Selamun aleyküm.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. They had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why.
İçimi döküyorum rahibe.
They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch Bernard.
You think I'm too young for the job, Father?
I do, to tell the truth.
Well, I can only apologize for my lack of grey hair and gout.
Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our loot,
Aynen ha, hiçbir şey çalmadılar.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
I notice there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans. And, well, as a man, I have my needs.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
You're just making excuses. The people who say the church is corrupt are right. You don't care about anyone, only your own comfort.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Really sorry. You've no idea how wrong you are.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujic isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And of course describing
Anlat lan, söyle yeter artık
tongue
diyor.
lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of
now.
Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Yürü be.
Amen.
Yürü be, kim tutar?
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the
Neyse,
clerics
daldık
who are robbing the
muhabbete.
poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do the common folk think of it?
Halkın durumunu
They
öğrenin.
like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years it'll have grown beyond
Bu
control.
bana var ya,
Mark my
bir şey
words,
söylemesin,
people
bunu
will rise up,
öldüreceğim.
and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most
Öldürelim mi be?
respected university in Europe.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
Do you like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
İyi, evine de davet ettirdik.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Sen oluyorsun ama.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
İyi, bununla bir arayı iyi tutalım da. Kafaları çektik abi.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink
Aha.
with us.
Don't vex me again,
Yakalandık.
Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Oğlum ben niye yardım ediyorum bu adama ya? Ortalık karıştı. Kim kime dumduma? O bana vurmuyor ki ya. Biri gitti abi. Senin de ağzını gözünü kıracağım. Geğire geğire dövüyorum. Hepsini patakladım. Oh. Abi fena çektik kafalara, ortalığı dağıtıyoruz şu an.
I'd love to. And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me?
Ne oluyor lan?
Watch the step, my dears.
Kafam zibilyon. Dur abi, şu yetenek açıldı herhalde. İçki içme bakalım. Bira sever. İçtiğim bira %50 daha hafif olur. Böylece daha fazla içebilirsin. Ancak şarap 2 kat ağır olur. Daha hızlı sarhoş olursun. Alkolün etkisine %20 daha az verir. Az titrer ve yay yeteneği artık. Şarap. Şu bira severi mi alsak? Neyse şunu yapalım. İçki alışkanlığı. Şimdi biz neyi açacağız? Buralar kalmış abi. Şunu öğrenemiyoruz. İkisi kana susamış. Rakibinin kanını akıtma şansın artar. Paslı kenar. Şuna verelim ama ya. Tamam. Değerler zindelik. Zindelik bir karakterin ne kadar dayanabileceğini belirler. Zindelik artça dayanıklılık da artar. Neye versek? Bunlar açık, bu kalmış. Açlığını her şeyle yatıştırabilirsin. Zehirli ya da bozulmuş yiyecekten zarar görmezsin. Ancak olumlu etkilerini de alamazsın. Alkolde geçerli değildir. Düzgün besleme. Arka arkaya 5 gün aşırı yemez veya aç kalmazsan +1 zindelik çeviklik bonusu. Çöpe ötücü. Şu iyiymiş aslında. Göze çarpma, öğütücü. Bence düzgün beslenme mi yapsak? Düzgün beslenmeyi alalım. Tamam. Hadi bakalım. Peder, nereye gidiyoruz? İyi kafaları çektik. Şeyi de dövdük. Muhafızları da dövdük.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
Çok
And now, my
güzel bir şey.
dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Ne olacak merak ettim ha.
Got him on you old goat.
Come here.
Oha.
Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Daha neler ya. Yoldan çıktık. Rahip yolculuğa çıktı. Bu rahip manyak lan. Oğlum nereden buldum ben bu adamı ya? Keşke içmeseydim. Yok artık ya. Adam kendini keçi sanıyor.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Sarhoşluk böyle bir şey. Ne kustum be bunak. Evet gençler, fenaydı. Değdi ama değil mi? Vallahi değdi. Felekten bir gece oldu vallahi. Dur bakalım. Bir şeyler anlatır artık herhalde ya. Yatışa bak yatışa.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you?
Oha.
Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something.
Dayak yiyecek ha.
What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit?
Boğaz
Do
istiyor.
you want them to burn us at the
Manyak.
stake?
No. No, I've
Bizi
got
kaza tutun.
Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Oo, bu olur bak. Bu iyi oldu. İçki içme sürekli artıyor.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what...
Boğaz vereceğim
No,
gençler.
neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you.
Bunlara
You give the
Türk
sermon I
kahvesi
told you
lazım.
yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Hadi bakalım. Oğlum benim üstüm başım nerede lan? Cırılçıplak. Kalkanım yoktu zaten.
Come on, Henry. Tell me you changed your mind.
Yürü yürü. Salak herif. Senin yüzünden vaazı ben vereceğim ya.
What is it?
Dur bir. Silahları çıkartayım. Şu kafalığı da çıkar. Değil mi? Kafalık çıktı. Niye çıkmadı abi? Ha pardon. Şeyimden görmüyorum ki abi. Bunu tak. Kolye tamam. Soru gençler. Dur. Ben geri takayım onu. Tanınmayayım. Hadi bakalım. Vaaz verecek. Bir vaazımız eksikti. Oo, herkes gelmiş.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'd throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
Ortalığı dağıttık.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Biçim cunubet. Ondan sonra
Accepit
sarhoş.
panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
İçecek, onu da içecek.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime
Evet, şu
at
araştırma.
Neuhof.
Yardım etsinler
You
bana.
might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Aha ben de. Haydi bakalım.
Brothers and sisters in Christ, I would like to talk to you about our Holy Mother Church and what iniquities it's declining into.
Boy has a cheek.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the
Oğlum
right
var
to
ya,
rule.
çok heyecanlıyım.
That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, Enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods and other catastrophes. And it is all due to the corrupt servants of God who do not practice what they preach. They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that's bad. Because sins cannot be redeemed with silver.
Prague didn't do much for his confidence.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Oi! All honor to Godwin! Let him drink like one of us!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Of, verdim abi. İçmeye devam. Olay ne?
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
İyi yırttık var ya, son anda kıvırdım. Hadi konuş. Konuş, gel.
Well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pious, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tanker.
Felekten Gece yapacağız.
I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Git de bir kahve iç, kendine gel ya. Evet dostlar, fena yırttık olaylardan. Şöyle abi, kamera oynuyor ya. Kamera yamuk. Lan.
Jesus, look where you're going.
Kökünün peşinde, görev başladı.
What the hell are you doing?
Bu kim abi? Köylüler. Oo. Bu kız da biliyorsunuz. Naber yavru?
What are you doing? Hey, look out! Loud!
Sensin lan öküz.
Hey!
Al, yine çalıyor. Hadi görüşürüz peder. At nerede oğlum? Atı da mı çaldılar? Mercedes'ime bineyim abi. Hey kız, ne yapıyorsun? Yolculuğa çıkardın bize. Dur bakayım, bununla konuşabiliyor mu? İş, uyuyacak yer. Başka da bir şey yok. Ne satıyor bu? Benim karnım aç mı abi? 55'te. Fırında tavuğu varmış. Bir tane alak. Şöyle yiyecek. Tamam, 81 iyidir. Fazla yemeyelim. Bonus alacağız zaten, biliyorsunuz. Şimdi gençler, şöyle bakalım. Burada görev yok da. Bura tamam. Oo, geri gidiyoruz. Ufunet'in izini bu. Tam da istediğim yerler ha. Şurada hazineyi bulacağım. Tamam abi, başka bir yer var mı? Şu üstümde deri var. Yok zaten. Var da salla ya. Para ihtiyacım yok. Bir de hazineyi bulalım ve sonlandıralım abi. Tıkıdık tıkıdık. 4 nala gidiyoruz. Yolu basabilirler ha. Her şey düşmüş oğlum. Takat makat. Uyumam da lazım. Oğlum bu ne? Düşman varmış. Dur bakayım kimler varmış. Başarılı dedi, ne demek ya? Yendim mi direkt? Dövüşmeden. Bir dakika bekle, watch out'u ben sana göstereceğim, bekle bir. Silahları takalım. delici ok. Delsin bunları bir güzel.
Get over here! Alarm! Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
Kafayı yedin lan öyle. Aa, omzuna yemiş.
You going to crime?
Bekle, gel gel gel. Gel gel gel gel gel.
Come here, lily liver. You call that combat?
Oğlum bunlar kalabalıkmış da.
You're dead.
Bekle bekle, menzil alayım da size göstereceğim gününüzü.
What's the matter? Come on.
Ölün lan artık. Delici atıyorum size.
You'll pay for that. Bring it on. Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Ölmüyorlar daha, okçuları da arkada. Ölün lan, kaç tane ok yedin? Ölmüyor arkadaşlar.
Haven't even started yet.
Kaç kaç kaç kaç kaç kaç.
What's the matter? Come on. Is that the best you can do?
Lan tutturamadım lan. Gel gel bir daha gel. Gel gel bir daha gel. Gel gel bir daha gel. Gel gel bir daha gel. Gelme daha.
Is that all you?
Bu öldü abi. Vurdum ona. Şşş, sen.
I'll slaughter you.
Aa, vurdular. Vurdular beni. Bir dakika, okum mu bitti lan? Kaliteli ok varmış, dur. Kaliteli okla ölebilirsin sen. Vallahi ölüyor. Kaçıyor lan. Kaçtı o. Aha. Sen kimsin lan? Gel gel gel. Gel gel gel gel gel. Diğer bir tane kaçak var da o gitti herhalde, salla onu. Şunu bir haydut kulağı varmış. Avcının eldiveni var. İyi de para ediyor ha. Fiyatı 110'muş. Şu okları alalım geri. O groşem var. İçme suyu var. Maymuncuyu alırım, kaliteli ok. Pullu bere varmış. Ağırlığı da aşmamam lazım. Süslü altın kalp, ver ver ver. ucuz şarap var. Yamalı bilmem ne var. Bu fakirmiş. Sıra sende. Gel kulak alırım. Oh. Zırhını parçalamışız bu arada. Ucuz şarap, yaman domuzu dişi ve postu varmış. Neyse bunu da salla. Ama kılıcı ne? Paralı askerin dostu mu? Bakayım. 119. Satarız olmazsa. Bunun yayı nerede abi? Fındık ağacı. Onu göremiyorum. Biri de buralarda bir yerdeydi herhalde. O da mı kaçtı lan? Kardeşim benim. Onu buralarda öldürdüm mü ben? Ne yaptım gençler? Vallahi o da kaçmış olabilir. O kadar oku vuruyorum. Bazılarına tek atıyor, bazılarına atmıyor işte. O kadar da çıkmadık be. Çıktık mı lan yoksa? Hiç arkama önüme bakmadım. Neyse bir hamam hizmetleri yaparız artık. Şimdi haritamıza bakalım. O da gitti anasını satayım. Değil mi, o gitti. Gitti bence. Çıkılmıyor da la. Vay arkadaş.
Ya.
Gitmiş o, bayağı bir mesafe almıştır.
Ya.
Bir daha dövüşürken 2 kere düşüneceğim. Ben doğru mu gidiyorum bu arada? Ha, doğru gidiyoruz.
Ya.
Tıdık. Pardon. Selam.
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
That's the Tanner's son, Hinnick.
Where can I find him?
Hard to say. He's not around here much. Thank God for some more blessings. You could try his folks' place.
What can you tell me about this Hinnick?
What can I tell you? No, he's none too popular. No one cares to talk to him.
Ben kimi sorsam hiç sevilmiyor diyor.
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
Neyse yeter bu. Bir ton uzuyor. Değirmenciymiş. Bunlar genelde hırkız oluyordu. Kes be. Şimdi abi buradan geçeceğiz gençler. Uy. Abi buradan gider.
Ya.
Hadi bakalım. Şimdi abi hazineyi alacaktık değil mi? Hazine neredeydi? Şöyle demiştik. Böyle böyle buralarda bir yerde. Dümdüz gideceğim. Buralarda da koylar varmış. Koylar. Anam. Aha orada şey. Bizim kale.
Ya.
Ah, iyi dövüştüğümü düşünmüyorum ama hiç yoktan iyidir de demiyor değilim ama. Dinlen bakayım, ben de haritaya bakayım. Oy oy oy. Şöyle dağ var.
Ya.
Tıkıdık tıkıdık. Gençler bu arada videoyu beğenmeyi unutup tamam nefes al. Kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir dakika abi.
Ya.
Oo, selamünaleyküm. Hiç oralıklı bile değiller. Şöyle inebiliriz.
Ya.
Bir tane kare bir yer diyordu. Yanlış görmediysem. Tekrar bir bakacağım. Yardır yardır yardır. O adam geliyor, adam geliyor. Çık yoldan. O ne biçim kuştu be. Ha bura mı lan acaba? Vallahi bir haritamı açacağım, bakacağım. Bekleyin. Selam. Şimdi diğer antik harita 4. Ha buraya benziyor. Öyle gel. Nehir böyle. Vallahi nehir böyle işte. Buralarda bir kare bir yer. Bura kare mi lan? Dostum bazen şey olabiliyormuş gençler. Mezar değil de sandık falan. Aha sandık. Vallahi bulduk. Selam. Kolaymış lan bir de. Dur. Hadi bakalım. Yes, açtık. Savaş balyozu. Groşen, yüzük, müzik. Modaya uygun terlik. Hafif koyu levhalı ceket. Barhouz ayakkabı. Barhouz Tolgası. Hepsini alalım. Tabii ağırlaştık. Bu bölümün sonuna da geldik gençler. Bir sonraki bölümde devam edeceğiz. Şimdi bu kaç vuruyor? Isırgandan iyi değil ama. Onu satarız onu. Gümüş yüzüğümüz var. Hafif koyu levha ceket. Moda uygun terlik. Warhouse ayakkabı. O baldır zırhı geldi. Tolga diye bir şey taktım. Gövde zırhını ben yine kullanayım. Ondan iyidir. Baldır zırhı. Komple edition var. Aynen. Evet gençler. Canlarım. Dostlarım. Videoyu bitiriyorum burada. Sarhoş olduk. Haydutlarla kapıştık. Ortalığı duman ettik. Ve hazineyi bulduk. Bir sonraki bölümde devam edeceğiz. Umarım video hoşunuza gitmiştir. Keyif aldıysanız bir beğenmeyi, kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Hoşça kalın.